Okay, good morning. Excuse me. So this week we are talking about molarity and dilutions of solutions. So molarity deals with moles. So today's assignment was for you to practice some practice problems. So 5 out of the 10 molarity problems, and then 2 out of the 4 dilution problems. So I'm going to do a few examples with you that are not on the worksheet, but they're the exact same concept. So let's get started. Excuse me. So I'm just going to read out the problems and write as I go. So you have 0.5 moles of sodium chloride is dissolved to make 0.2 liters of solution. So it wants you to find the molarity. So here is our formula. Molarity is equal to moles over volume. So it gives us moles. So moles was equal to 0.5. And then our volume was that 0.2 liters. So all you have to do to find molarity is plug it in. So I have molarity is equal to 0.5 over 0.2. So when you do the math, that will give you a solution that is 2.5 molar. And that's all you do to calculate molarity, okay? So when calculating molarity, make sure that your volume is in liters and not milliliters. So you want to convert milliliters to liters at all times, okay? So that's molarity. That's one molarity problem. So the next molarity problem that I'm going to do is a double step problem. So that means we are going to do 2 steps. So the problem, I'll read it out, is what volume of a 0.88 molar solution can be made using 130 grams of iron chloride. So there's something a little different. We weren't given the moles, we were given grams. So we would have to convert to moles. So this goes back to earlier in the semester when we were doing grams to moles conversions. So that's the first thing we need to do. So I start off with 130 grams of FeCl2. So to convert to moles, I need to do stoichiometry. So I want to go to moles, so I'm going to put 1 mole on top. And 1 mole is equal to the molar mass of FeCl. So the molar mass of FeCl2 is 126. So 126.75 grams. So you're going to divide 130 by 126.75, and that is going to give you 1.03 moles. Okay? So now that you have moles, you can go in and find the molarity. So remember, molarity is equal to N over V. So our volume I'm sorry, we're looking for volume. So we have molarity, so ignore that. So we have molarity and we have moles. So we want to find volume. So what we're going to do, we're going to convert this formula to find volume. So volume is equal to N over M. So I'm going to do 1.03 divided by 0.88 because that was our molarity that was given. And my apologies, I did not write the given. So here it is, 0.88. And then we found moles. So moles was N, and that was 1.03. Okay, so once we do that, you divide 1.03 by 0.88, and your volume is 1.2 liters. All right. Okay. So this would probably be the most complicated a molarity problem would get. So let me do a dilution problem. So I'm going to read it out and then I'll write my given first. So the question is asking how many milliliters of 12 molar sulfuric acid are required to make 1,000 milliliters of a 0.1 molar solution. So we're going to write our givens, but first I'm going to write the formula. So for dilutions, this is the formula you use. So M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2, where the capital M is molarity and the V is volume. So our M1 is 12 molar, so 12M. And we're looking for V1 because that's the volume that we're missing. So our M2 is 0.1 molar. And then our V2 was 1,000 milliliters, which is equal to 1 liter. But we're gonna stay in milliliters. All right, so to solve for V1, I'm going to convert this formula. So I'm going to solve for V1. So the way I do that, I want to get V1 by itself. So that means I divide each side by M1. So M2, V2 over M1 will give me my formula to find volume. So now all I have to do is plug it in. So I have 0.1 times 1,000 milliliters over 12 molar, okay? So y'all can kind of do that math real quick. So 0.1 times 1,000 is 100, and I divide that by 12, and that will give me a volume of 8.3 milliliters. And that is your answer, and that's all you do to solve for dilution. So I hope this helps while you're working on the problems. I'll be available by email till 4 today. So if you have any questions, just email me, and that's it. Let me know. Have a good rest of your day, y'all.